whatever she decides next. Has the ability to impact an entire country in ways no one could ever imagine.
Buying Team Namibia is a choice you make for us, not just for you. Join the 2.5 million strong team that grows stronger with every single Team Namibia purchase. Team Namibia. Together, our future is brighter.
Coming to you from a rather overcast Wednesday evening from our Eros Park studios here in the capital Windhoek. This is the midweek edition of Primetime News. Many thanks for tuning in. I'm Michael Madimba. Now, yesterday, the 10th of October, the global community commemorated World Mental Health Day. Earlier today, the Primetime News crew took to the streets of the capital to engage the public's understanding on mental health. Here is a small insert.
For my understanding of mental health, it is a mindset for the person, like a person going through a lot, like the mind is not functioning well, the mind is not on its place, like the person is going a lot through a lot of problems and maybe a lot of challenges that is meeting in the community, wherever he's going to meet, even at the workplace, wherever he is, and the person sometimes is trying to do his best to be like he's only alone, to set himself like to relax, but he cannot able to do.
Oh, okay. Mental health, I think, is got to do with human beings, and there's various parts to the being. You have a physical part, you have a mental part, and it's about, for instance, the things that contribute towards your being. Part of it is mental. That's my understanding.
Let me say, for instance, me as a single parent, a lot of emotions, mental health is about emotions, whatever I'm going through, what I'm thinking about, what I'm dealing with on a day-to-day basis. Mental health for me is, let me say, also the type of emotions I go through, the emotional blackmail sometimes we get from our own kids, whereby if you don't buy something for a child and then they will say no, then I will not maybe bath or I won't go to school. Those are the type of things that we go through on a day-to-day basis. So basically for everybody, it's actually important to seek counseling, to seek counselors, to find maybe community leaders and those people just to assist you in guiding you as to maybe not to actually just to guide, but to also advise you on what is the way forward. How can you deal with this mental state of mind that you are going through?
Doing exercise or maybe talk with others, be with friends, runnings, those exercises, just for him to keep busy, because if he's been in the lonely place, he will not able to overcome the situation. And it's nice if you recognize that the person is going through mental health, you need to talk to the person, to take the person to the counseling, for those people who are working with mental health people, so that they can give more advice for him that can pull up.
It's like making a poiki. It's the many ingredients. So you need many things, I think. Fundamentally, I think one is energy. You need nature. You need the people that are positive. Some people need spirituality. Some people need coping mechanisms like running. It's many things. I think more importantly, it's about finding rest and restoration.
People don't get counseling for abuse. People don't get counseling for going through things. So for me, when it comes to mental health, to make things easier for everybody, I would rather people get access to counseling services anywhere. Church leaders, community leaders, Lifeline, Childline, as long as they just get counseling, even if it's not professional, even talk to a friend about the things they are going through, would make it easier instead of carrying the burden of all those emotions on yourself.
According to the United Nations International Children's Emergency Fund, UNICEF, mental health remains stigmatized and underfunded in almost every country. Now, here's an interesting fact. Did you know that 1 in 7 10 to 19-year-olds live with a diagnosed mental disorder? For more mental health awareness tidbits, do visit the UNICEF website at www.unicef.org. Leading tonight's bulletin, President Dr. Hage Geingob will host South Africa's President Cyril Ramaphosa, who will undertake an official visit to Namibia to participate in the third session of the two countries' binational commission on Friday. A statement issued by the presidency on Tuesday said the two presidents will co-chair the presidential segment of the commission, which the two leaders had agreed to convene in Namibia during a state visit of President Geingob to South Africa back in April.
The statement read that since the transformation of the Heads of State Economic Forum into the Binational Commission in November 2012, the Binational Commission has served as a vital platform to further enhance bilateral cooperation, including exchanging views on issues of mutual interest and coordination of diplomatic positions at the regional and multilateral fora. Moreover, Namibia and South Africa are important trading partners, both in terms of export and imports. South Africa has the highest number of companies doing business in Namibia, and Namibia is one of the biggest investors in the South African economy. Both countries are members of Southern African Development Community and the Southern African Customs Union, of which the latter has an important mandate of industrialization of the member states, the presidency stated. The third session of the Binational Commission will review cooperation in a wide range of areas, including diplomatic and legal, economic, social, and defense and security. It will also serve as an opportunity for the two countries to strengthen the bonds of friendship by assessing the progress made in implementing the decisions of their Binational Commission, according to the statement. Reporting for Primetime News, Diana Kauta.
As one enters the town of Okahanja, a familiar sight that greets you are the woodsmiths at the Okahanja Woodcarvers Craft Market. Now, this group of enterprising artisans is bemoaning the lack of customers as a week can pass by without them selling anything. In an interview with Primetime News, Moses Kambala, who has been trading at the market for close to 30 years, says post-COVID-19, business has drastically declined, resulting in days passing without any sales.
In an interview with Primetime News, Moses Kambala, who has been trading at the market since 1994, said post-COVID-19, business has drastically declined, resulting in days passing by without any sales.
Yeah, business may start here 1994. Yeah, now this time is small, no business. Yeah, no customer. Small, maybe tomorrow, 2, 3, like this. Yeah, for a long time, there was so nice customer, now nothing.
The market leader, Petrus Ndumba, said the market has a total of 150 vendors registered. He explained the vendors are operating currently in a temporary market shift structures as the land they are operating from is owned by the government, stressing, however, they wish to get land rights in order to construct a proper craft open market. Reporting for Primetime News, Petrus Namadiko.
Moving on. The city of Windhoek held its 7th Windhoek Mayoral Business Forum in the capital earlier today, under the theme Safety and Security. Mayor Joseph Wapingene urged Windhoek's residents to desist from handing out counterfeit goods or gifts to street kids. Wapingene noted this encourages them to beg at road intersections, as well as increases theft and criminal activities among the street kids. More from this report.
Some of you will say, why now? He said, Mayor, he said we must not give food for this. Because for me, you are just encouraging these people to come to the street. Because once we stop doing that, they will not come to the street because they are having houses where they are coming from. And if we want to better their lives, let us create something else, a center where we can feed these people rather than feeding them on the street.
We have issues around loitering, of people that will just be hanging around, thereby disturbing maybe the peace of others. But at the same time, with loitering, we also find criminals that disguise themselves as just been hanging around street corners, whether you'd call them job seekers, and so on. But certainly these people are actually the ones that eventually turn themselves into criminals.
Switching gears, Minister of International Relations and Cooperation Netumbo Nandi-Ndaitwah held a bilateral meeting with Angola's Minister of External Relations Tete Antonio in Luanda on Monday. A joint statement issued by the two ministries on Tuesday said the ministers exchanged views on matters of mutual interest and concern at the bilateral level, including the issue of Namibian farmers allowing their cattle to graze in the southern part of Angola.
The ministers emphasized the importance of respecting the rules, regulations and laws of both countries. The statement further said the bilateral agreement on the movement of goods and people, signed in 1992, remains in effect. Given the interdependence, people-to-people ties and shared cultural heritage along the common border, the agreement allows for the free movement of people within a 60-kilometer radius, it noted. Reiterating the historical relations between the two countries and the need for the convening of the inaugural Binational Commission in early 2024 as a platform to enhance trade and investment, the two ministers agreed to expedite the finalization and signing of the bilateral agreement on cooperation in trade, bovine-related activities, meat and meat products. Reporting for Primetime News, Diana Kauta.
Up next is a business segment. Stay tuned. Welcome to the Primetime Biz segment, your premier source for the latest developments in the world of business and economics. In tonight's top business segment, we bring you a teaser of an exclusive interview with Brazil's ambassador to Namibia, Vivian Los San Martin, that will air next week on our Global Connections TV series. You can catch episodes of Global Connections every Monday evening on Nampa TV's YouTube channel. Now, the Brazilian ambassador surmises that Namibia's beef products could potentially have a niche segment within the Brazilian market, notwithstanding Brazil being a global beef exporter. Here is more of that teaser.
Just for interest's sake, we would like to find out maybe in future, does Your Excellency see us doing the trade, see us exporting meat to Brazil perhaps?
This is a good question, because you know that we're a big producer of meat, one of the biggest and exporters. So maybe Namibia will find a niche in Brazil of high quality beef. I don't know, that could be explored. But the competition is fierce, I would say, and you have also, I do agree that your meat is excellent. You also have our neighbors, the Argentinians, who produce a very good meat as well. Uruguay and Brazil is also a good producer. So I don't know. Maybe we have to see if there are some niche that could be explored.
A reminder to catch the full-length interview on Number TV's Global Connections TV series next week, Monday. Now, Namibia's cost of living is certainly affecting all and sundry, with consumers having to tighten their belts on all fronts. In our exclusive sit-down interview on Tuesday, I engaged with local economist and public policy expert Klaus Schadder, who gave us the lowdown on the current cost of living in the country. Here is more from this insert.
The population in the informal areas, the poor living in the informal areas, they definitely feel the price increases. They do not benefit from any inflation-adjusted income. They live, from what if they earn maybe a temporary work or casual works. But or in the informal sector, these wages and salaries are usually not immediately adjusted like in the formal sector. So they do feel the pressure. But also other income groups, the middle class that is often talked about, that suddenly feels a decline in the disposable income because they have to honor their loan obligations first, and a larger chunk of the income is going to serving loans. So they feel certainly the impact on both the higher debt servicing costs, but also generally higher price levels. Since formal or those employed in the formal sector usually incur transportation costs, so they are also affected by relatively high, or not only relatively, also absolutely high fuel prices. Diesel prices are the highest we have seen so far in Namibia. Petrol prices are almost at the same level as last year in November, when they topped, when they exceeded, I think, current price levels. But so all these costs have increased. The daily cost of living have increased in the country, and we need to make tough decisions what we are going to afford, what we are going to spend our money on, and what is something we can probably live currently without it.
Let's now turn our attention to the weather oracle for tomorrow's countrywide forecast. Welcome to Sport Planet, your ultimate destination for everything sports related. Cycling leads the segment. Cycling ace Dricus Coetzee says he's ready to compete in the Munga, one of the most grueling road race challenges on earth. This non-stop single-stage semi-supported mountain bike race will take riders through the remote Karoo from Bloemfontein to Wellington in South Africa, covering a distance of, can you imagine, 1,110 kilometers. Now, the event is slated for the 29th of November to the 4th of December this year, and participants will have 120 hours or 5 days to complete the race. In an interview with Sport Planet Tuesday, Coetzee, who is also the current defending champion of the Nedbank Desert Dash, said that in 2022, he put all his focus into winning the Nedbank Desert Dash, which paid off with a stunning ride and his maiden win, but his focus now is competing in the Munga. On to some football. UEFA announced the host associations of Euro 2028 and 2032 at a ceremony held in Nyon, Switzerland on Tuesday. England, Northern Ireland, Scotland and Wales will host the Euro 2028, while the 2032 version will be held in Italy and Turkey. The Euro 2032 was initially applied separately by the Italian and Turkish football associations, but the two countries finally decided to submit a joint bid for the tournament.
First of all, I would like to congratulate both bidders. Hard work. I know that it was not easy for you, but when I saw the presentations today, I really enjoyed. I enjoyed in both presentations. I actually felt for a second that the Euro has already started.
Stay tuned for your sports roundup. This is where we dock for the night. Many thanks for tuning in. Before we wrap it up, a kind reminder that to be part of the Number TV community, do follow the on-screen prompts by subscribing to the channel. That's it from myself, Michael Madimba, alongside my dedicated production crew behind the scenes. It's tomorrow. Good night.